Hey, today I wanted to talk to everyone about something a little bit different. Something that's not my normal thing I like to talk about. It's a little bit outside of my comfort zone. But yesterday I went to an industry event that I was, it was great. It was a great event put on by SAC Real Producers. They did an amazing job. There's about 275 colleagues in the audience, surrounded by many fantastic agents, and it got me thinking about a bit about my journey, a bit about other people's journey, and I kind of felt like I really want to be able to reach out to many of my fellow agents who are struggling in this new market that we find ourselves in. It's definitely challenging, no doubt about it. Um, a little bit about my backstory. I've been around for a long time, and many people in this industry have gotten in the industry after me, and after I really established a presence for myself. And so they've never known me as somebody who's other than the person that I am. Um, Sometimes I get the nickname Mr. Anatolia, but whatever. The background is actually it's really interesting. I got into this business in 2000, got licensed in 2004, started in 2000, really started in 2005, and worked my way and did my thing in Rancho Cordova, and did, for my first year, did fairly well. Sold quite a few homes, did really well, had a consistent flow of business. And then, it's kind of crazy. In 2006, Anatolia was just being built. It was all new construction at that time. I sold about a dozen homes, new construction homes in Anatolia, and I was having the time of my life, because let's just be real, the amount of work needed to do new home construction is substantially less than a resale home. And on top of that, I was saving my clients over $100,000 off their list price. So it was like everybody felt like they were winning. And I, like, that year, 2006, the year I got married, we really peaked in June of that year. June of that year, I closed escrow on about 4 homes, went on my honeymoon in Maui, made the most money I've ever made at that point in my career in 1 month. And then, this is 2006, and then I didn't sell another home for the next 5 months. I mean, to go from just this surplus, just feeling like I was invincible, to all of a sudden nothing. It was crickets. It was hard. And on top of that, shortly thereafter, 2007, 2008 time period, my wife became chronically ill, still is to this day, in fact. But at that time, we actually thought it was multiple sclerosis because her arms stopped working, then later her legs would stop working for periods at a time, literally no muscle control. It was really bizarre. Doctors couldn't quite pinpoint it, and still to this day there's no official diagnosis, so that's a lot of fun 18 years later. But through that, for those of you that were working back then, the market was starting to go down. 2008 happened, and the market just continued to drop all the way to 2012. And in around 2012, I was out. I tapped out. I'm done. I was putting my resumes out for state jobs, looking for state jobs that literally wouldn't even pay my bills. It was an awful situation I found myself in because my wife couldn't work. I couldn't get anything stable going in real estate. I couldn't get a footing. This was the height of the short sale era, and I just never quite adapted to that short sale market. In retrospect now, when there's chaos, there's opportunity, and boy, did I miss an opportunity back then. While other people set themselves up for life by acquiring, selling a lot of properties and acquiring real estate. But now I found myself literally, looking for an exit strategy, and I couldn't find one. And luckily, thank God for unanswered prayers, what ended up happening is that I met somebody another broker. I put my license at this office in Santa Clara. I was giving up. You know what? I might do a deal here or there. You'll get an override over me as a broker. I don't care, whatever. Well, ended up being a fantastic relationship because in 2013, I accidentally made money. And I say it that way because I accidentally made money. There was no plan. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Look, I did work, don't get me wrong. I was holding open houses, I was trying to meet people, make my follow-up phone calls, and do all of that stuff. But there was no strategy behind it. I was winging it. There was no sense of what I was doing. But in 2013, ended up at that point in time being my best year ever. It's crazy. To go from literally putting my resume out there for a job that wouldn't even pay my bills to having my best year in real estate ever, I had to make the decision, am I in or out? Because I can't count on another accident happening again to bail me out. And what I did was with the help of somebody that moved in with us to be able to help take care of the household and my wife, so that way she can recover and she can start getting better, I went to work. From January 1st of 2014 to February 28th of 2014, I put a game plan together. I figured out what vendors I was going to partner with. I figured out exactly how I was going to do my marketing. I figured every last detail out. And so March 1st came around, I launched the website, I launched promoting it. I did a lot of things on the ground that would really help promote my business. And because I refused to allow myself to make money on accident again, it was really, having that help at home allowed me to take my business from being extremely reactive to being extremely proactive. I never realized I had all of this juice pent up inside of me, just this motivation. I didn't know it wasn't there because I was just in survival mode, But the second that I got help at home, I was able to really unleash that person within me that I didn't even know was there. But it was just this attack. It was this a game plan that I fully committed to. And then in 2014, I believe I think I did 28 sales. In 2015, I went from 28 sales to 52 sales. And then I started doing 50 sales a year very consistently thereafter. Part of that was the ability to be proactive in my business. And if I were to give advice to any new agents out there right now, or any other agents that are really struggling and trying to get their footing again in light of this new market, my biggest advice to you would be to sit down and decide, who are you? Who are you going to be? How are you going to go about getting your business? And make a game plan to make that happen. There are a lot of different ways to be really successful in this business. A lot. There's no one right way, but you have to understand how you work as an individual, and what your superpower is, and sit down to figure out exactly how to go about making that happen. Now, it does help if you have an accountability partner. It does help if you have a coach, a mentor, a team lead, a broker, a manager, anybody else that's in this industry that understands what you're going through, to help hold you accountable and making sure that you follow through with your game plan. Because I tell you what, the great ideas are a dime a dozen. Everybody has one, but the difference is in the execution. Do you follow through? Do you actually make that great idea a reality? And most great ideas isn't just a one-time thing that you do. It's a long, drawn out map of one event after another that you have to do, and do it on a consistent basis. If you want to get a foothold in social media, consistency is key. I would like to, be better that way. And I'm realizing that consistency, I haven't been as consistent as I need to be. And I think more importantly, my messaging hasn't been as consistent as it should be. I feel like I'm talking to too many people, and I need to be talking to fewer people, but being more intentional about the conversations that I'm trying to have with people through YouTube, through Instagram and Facebook, and all of those other media sources. So if you are an agent out there and you're looking to get a better idea of how to build your business, how to get traction. Sometimes you're like, Mark, 50 deals a year sounds amazing. I'm just trying to get to 24 deals a year. I'm just trying to get to 12 deals a year. Look, let's talk. I'd be more than happy to talk to you about it and help you in the right direction. Maybe Stack Platinum Realty might be a great place for you to start. Maybe not. That's okay. It doesn't matter. I'm here to help. I want people to succeed. I want to have colleagues out there that are doing the business the right way and are really successful, for themselves and for their own clients. I think we really need to look at the real estate community holistically. We're all individual members of a larger community, and the more successful and the more ethical and the better service we provide our clients, the more we're going to be able to elevate the industry and just help more people. And if you're not in real estate to help people, to guide people, to nurture, to educate, if that isn't what motivates you, or help people build legacy through real estate. I mean, that is honestly one of the best ways to build wealth over generations, is to acquire real estate over time. If that isn't like part of your ethos, then you might not be in this business for long enough to be able to reap the rewards, because this business cannot be transactional, just one at a time. It's too hard. It's too hard just to go after it in that way. This business needs to be about building community. And if you're able to build community and build community successfully, you're going to have a successful business. And the people that you do business with, you're going to be a value add in their lives. And look, at the end of the day, isn't that what we all really want to be? We just want to matter. I don't know. Those are some of my thoughts I wanted to share with you today. But yeah, listen, reach out if you have any questions. If you're an agent out there or anybody else, let's chat. All right, take care.